Hi everybody, welcome to a new blab where I'm going to be talking about basically I'm going to be interviewing Louise Toms, who is one of our former winners of UK's Dazzling Beauty. So basically, Louise, she actually used to, sorry, I'm just trying to, right, is it open? Okay, so she used to be the winner of UK's Dazzling Beauty, and she's gone on to compete in different pageants, such as Miss Globe. And I can see that, I thought to myself, this is going to be a great opportunity for her to talk about how she can, just get out there and, sorry, hold on one second. I'm trying to see if we can invite Louise on. Brilliant. Okay, so basically she has done a brilliant job as a winner of a beauty pageant. She's gone on to go and compete in Miss Globe, and now we are trying to get her to come on here. So I'm going to see if I can get Louise to come on. Yeah, I can. Thank God. I was really trying to. You saw me there. Fine. How are you, Louise?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I was just like trying to say anything until you came on, so I was thinking, I hope she's going to be able to come on.
Keep talking.
Like, just saying anything. Yeah, because basically we were just talking a few minutes ago about trying to access the show, and Louise is definitely able to get on now, so we're so thankful. Phew.
I'm relieved.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm new to this blabbing thing, so
yeah, new to us, so
we're grateful. Oh look, I can see little hand claps. That's so cool.
Oh wow. I'm completely newbie to blab. This is the first time that the second time I've used it, and the first time I used it I didn't even know what I was doing. So so how are you, Louise, today? Like, introduce yourself to everybody, let them know who you are. Okay. And yeah.
My name is Louise Toms. I am the first winner of UK's Dazzling Beauty, and those of you who don't know, that is a pageant that Queen, I'm going to point that way, Queen has set up back in 2012. And I was the first senior winner of that pageant. And I've gone on to, since winning, I've raised money for charity, got to attend amazing events through the pageant, and then I also have taken part in 2 international pageants now. So last year I did a bikini model in China, and I represented the UK, and then this year I was Miss England in the Miss Globe competition. So hello, that's all about me.
Woo! Fantastic. No, it's wonderful. Yeah. So what gave you the first initial inspiration to enter a pageant?
Okay, I'm trying to think back now to 3 years ago. I actually was just looking online, and I had a Star Now profile, and you contacted me on there and said, would you like to enter? So I checked out all the website, and at first I thought, I don't know what beauty pageants are all about, because I guess they're bigger in America, and they're not so big here, and I didn't really know that much about it. And at the time I was just looking for something new, and looking for something that could open up the opportunity to just make more friends and to boost my confidence. So when I saw that it was coming up in Guildford, that's really close to where I live, so I thought, why not?
Brilliant. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. So yeah, you just thought, like, go for the opportunity that's arisen and give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah, I just thought, give it a go. It could be really fun. And I've always been like interested in modeling and photography, and I thought, maybe beauty pageants might be my route to all of that, and to how to get my performing and my talent out there. And I just thought, why not give it a go? And my mum came along, and she was like really surprised that all the girls were so nice to each other. Well, that one thing, she was like, aren't you guys being really catty and things like that? And she was really surprised that everyone got along so well. And my mum was actually like really surprised that I won as well. I didn't think you could ever do it, but my mum, she was very shocked that I'd won the first beauty pageant that I'd ever entered. So it's really cool.
Brilliant. Well done, Louise.
Thank you.
So how did it feel, the initial moment when you won Guildford's Dazzling Beauty in 2012?
Shocked. So it was really lucky, actually, because myself, and then I remember, I think her name was Victoria, and she was Surrey's Dazzling Beauty. So I was actually like the runner-up, as it were. So we had Surrey's and then Guildford, and I was just really shocked and really happy. And then to think, oh, I'm going on to a grand final now, was a bit kind of, here you go, being pushed in the deep end, but it was all really exciting. Yeah, it was all really exciting. I really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. So when you actually became a grand finalist, what did you, like you said that it was exciting, but also what did you find challenging, or not even challenging, but like how did you find the whole deep end side of everything? Like, the appearances you had to make, raise money for charity, attending maybe events or making appearances.
Yeah.
But the social media aspect.
I didn't really know like what to do, but the great thing about your pageant, Queen, is that you have very clear, you can't go wrong with all your instruction. You sent out emails on tips on things, on appearances we can make and ways to make money for charity. And we already had a really good network with the pageant, all the girls on Facebook. And even if it was in its first year, I felt like a strong network to all the girls. So we could share tips and, update each other on how we're going and how we're going along. So that was, I think, the key to helping me prepare for the grand final, was having that great network. And then you obviously sent out like a newsletter and all these tips on things I would need to pack to take with me to Brighton and things like that. So yeah, I think that really good network online is definitely how it helped me prepare and then help me raise money for charity. So I went to like my local supermarket. I contacted a lady from the charity in the Guildford and Surrey region and asked if I could just volunteer. And then me and my mum went along and we volunteered for Alzheimer's UK and raised like £300 for them as a group. So I was really happy with that. And I thought, yeah, this is what I see myself doing. This is how, this is the kind of projects I see myself getting involved with. So yeah.
Woo! I just tweeted out to everyone, I've let the little bird know that we are live.
Yay.
So I'm going to definitely do replay. So I'm going to download this video and I'm going to put it onto YouTube so everyone can get to watch it. And I'm going to hopefully also put the audio onto SoundCloud too, so they can watch it, listen to it through the podcast as well.
That sounds awesome. You're a lot better with technology than I am.
I've just learned, like, through the whole experience of running the pageant, I've just developed the skills. But yeah, no, it's really, really wonderful. Like you said, you just had to throw yourself into the deep end, put yourself out there, take on board the tips and tricks, and go with those opportunities, like raise money for charity and so on and so forth. So tell us about the media opportunities you had, because I honestly do believe that opportunities come to like all girls and women, whether, especially people that want to do great things in life. But I find that maybe some take the opportunities and some don't. So I remember there have been times when we invited people to come along to, maybe it be a small TV interview that wasn't necessarily in the studio, but that was going to be on television, or it could be like a day out or something. How did you find all that, just traveling out of your comfort zone? Because you lived in Guildford at the time, which is Surrey, and we mainly did things in London. So how did you find, going on to television, or all the media opportunities that you had, such as going into the press as well in your local area?
I found them fantastic. I think whenever, like, for example, an email was sent round, or you just text me, it might have been last minute, do you want to come to this event in London next week? We've got, we're launching like a women's event. I think it was at a restaurant, right?
Yeah, exactly that one.
Yeah, and I was the only girl to kind of turn up to that. And I thought, even if it's just a small event or something where I can just take pictures with people, meet new people, tell them all about the pageant, say, look, I'm Guildford's Dazzling Beauty, I'm taking part in the grand final, and just get people involved.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, yeah, why not come along? Even if it was really last minute, I just made sure that, okay, I knew what my travel plans were, and I'm quite like independent anyway, and I'd just give anything a go. So getting a train or a bus last minute and figuring out my route and just making sure I get there is half the challenge, I guess. And then kind of making sure I'm not, sitting there in the corner really shy.
Like
out there and really grabbing people's attention into what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and what pageants are all about. And I think in my local area, everyone was really supportive. And once I'd won, I made my first appearance at Guildford's football club. And I just emailed them. I said, "Can I come along?" And said, "Yes, bring your family along. We'll give you some free tickets." And that was really, really cool. So yeah, just getting involved in the media, I think, as you said, is so important. Even the little local newspapers, or getting along to any kind of event, whether it be like a beauty conference or any kind of small charity event, then that would really showcase what you're trying to achieve as a beauty queen.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's really, really, really good, because I think that everything that you did, Louise, positioned you. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say that it was just to do with UK's Dazzling Beauty, because it's your own work ethic, your determination, your drive for success. But I think, honestly, I mean, no one can take that away from you, but I do believe that you were a go-getter and you grabbed opportunities. And like you said, you came along to a lot of things that were small, not just the big things. I remember once we invited you to come along to like hand out flyers on like in Angel, and sort of, it was just to hand out flyers and do a little bit of filming, but it was so cold that day and you still came. And then we've had bigger things that we've been to, such as the professional beauty exhibition. And you know, things like that is more like glamorous, and there's lots of people around, you know, it's going to be full of like thousands of people and lots of great opportunities to take great pictures with people. So I mean, you didn't just go for everything that was big and looked, oh my gosh, high profile, I'm going to be there. You kind of went for things that were also small, and I think that actually you were being tested and you were passing the test in many ways. And I think that when the opportunity came for you to go to, you know, Miss, oh my god, my battery seems to be low, and this actually,
I didn't say that.
This happened to me last time. Okay, I'm going to quickly grab my charger. I can't believe this is happening again. Grab my charger.
Talking while you're looking.
Yeah, you talk. I'm going to grab the charger.
Okay, cool.
So bad of me. I apologize.
I'm having a look at. Okay, so we have 13 viewers. That's cool. Okay, so I'm actually sat in my bedroom right now, and above my bed I have all of like my clippings and things that I've gathered along the way of doing things like pageants. So if you can see ahead of me, I've got my UK's Dazzling Beauty sash, and it's the one that's, I'm trying to get my camera, okay. It's right here, so it's white and pink, and it says UK's Dazzling Beauty 2012, and it's actually hand embroidered. So Queen got this one sent away, I think it was to America with the crown, and got it all hand embroidered and sent back to me, which I really, really love, and I've kept it on my wall ever since and pinned back. So I have all these like mementos on my wall. And then I've got loads of newspaper clippings that I've been involved in. So I've got, let me see. So the first newspaper clipping I have up here is called Pageant Winner Revels in Renewed Confidence. And that was actually when I won the first regional heat of Guildford's Dazzling Beauty. And I just got in contact with my local newspaper, and that's a news clipping from there. So I have all these mementos gathered up from everything I've done. Well, not every single thing, but even if it's just like a train ticket somewhere that I remember going to, or like, for example, this is like my lucky number 48 from China. So that's from World Bikini Model. I was number 48 out of 48 girls, so I was the last person on stage all the time. I have this one. This one is in Chinese. I did have one that said United Kingdom on it as well, but after the show we had to leave for my plane at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I unfortunately left that one behind in China, which I'm so annoyed about. I have the Chinese version at least. And yeah, exactly. Photos. So yeah, I'm a bit gutted that I left that behind backstage. I was in such a rush. And what else do I have? So here I have all the Miss Globe memories. So I've put like a new thing up on the wall of the newspaper that we were in Toronto, and yeah, just little mementos, like when we went to a restaurant, like I picked that up, like a Chinese restaurant, and the different like nightclubs we went to, little business cards and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I have my England sash. Now, the reason I have the United Kingdom sash as well is because they made this one out in Toronto, and then they realised they didn't need it because I was the only girl coming from the whole of the UK.
Wow, so you were just getting
to represent England. And then I asked if I could bring this one home, and they said, yeah, that's fine.
See what happens?
I had to.
That is amazing. So you got like, you ended up being Miss United Kingdom in a way, because not they didn't, like, you didn't necessarily say that to them, but because you were the only one representing, you are the Miss United Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. So I'm really happy with these. Oh, this is a little thing I got from China. It's like a it's like kind of a coffee, what do you call it? You put your coffee on. It's like but
Yes, yes.
apparently it's made so that in 100 years it still won't fade. So that's me
so
when I had like darker hair last year. And this one is another England one. So that's what we wore when we were on the stage. Is it just looks more professional when you're like wearing your swimsuit. It just fits on you a lot better. So yeah, that's my wall.
That sounds really good. You see the one that won't fade for 100 years. I reckon that you pass it down to your children, and then let them pass it down to their children.
It's a really cool thing to have. Yeah, I really love it.
Their great great grandma was a international beauty queen.
That reminds me of those of you who don't know, Queen kindly invited me to Nigeria last year. So actually reminds me of when I was at your grandma's house and then you were pointing to all these photos like, look at my grandma when she was my age, and it was really, really nice to see. It's like family.
I remember that. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think that I remember that. It's true because you see like them in their like sort of days, and then you like look back and it's like to them it's like their moments. But when we look back, it's like, I mean, they seem like grandmas and stuff. They seem really old, but they had their moments, and it's like us now. We're like really young, but then we're gonna be one day like grandmas, and then our kids or the grandkids will be like, oh, there's my grandma in the photo. So totally, we have to make the most of these moments now while we get to really enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be really cool to look back on all these photos and all these little videos. Like kind of collecting everything from the final show and from like the talent show and putting on YouTube, and God knows what kind of technology will be out there and what apps we'll have, when I'm a grandma, and I'll be able to be like, look, I was Miss Globe England when I was your age and stuff like that. So
exactly, it's true. I mean, if you think about like Vanessa Williams, or whether it be even someone like Michael Jackson or Beyonce, or whether it be whoever, all these people that have been role models and leaders or gone for their dreams in one way or another. I mean, even Oprah Winfrey, she actually was a beauty queen once upon a time. And Sharon Stone was, Halle Berry, they all came from that pageant background and eventually found their way into, the celebrity world as actresses or TV hosts, whatever, models, whatever. So it's really got like so many opportunities that can come with pageants and following your passion.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so another question I want to ask you is, what makes you different, Louise? I mean, there are other girls that have gone out there and tried to win, UK's Dazzling Beauty, or whether it be they wanted to go to an international pageant, or even go abroad, like you said, to Nigeria just to visit and, soak up the sunshine and the palm trees and everything. But then maybe like the truth is a lot of people are held back by fear, and I'm not saying that fear isn't good to follow sometimes, because obviously we have to use wisdom, we have to analyze situations. But how do you find the confidence? What makes you different to just go for those dreams and just like make it happen?
What makes me different? I think the thing about me is I will just go for anything. I don't know what it is about me. I just always have these visions of myself doing great things, and
that's good.
When it comes to things, I'd rather say oh God, I can't believe I did that, rather than I wish I did that. So, and also I think it's just because like when I was younger I was so shy, and now I'm kind of making up for it when I'm approaching 30. So I guess that's what makes me different, is that I will just seek any opportunity that comes my way, whether at the time it might seem really small. And I just love traveling, so I will try my best to be in Nigeria or be in Bulgaria or be in the US if movements aren't stopping me. And I will always try and overcome any kind of obstacle or any, I guess you could call it excuse, when people say I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough time, or I don't think I'm good enough. As that I've always had that little voice somewhere deep inside me saying, yeah, you are good enough to go for these things, and you deserve it. And I think a lot of other girls should have that in their mind, and they should actually have that little voice that tells them they are good enough to achieve anything they want to do.
It's so true, Louise. Yeah, it's so true. I mean, like you said, it's just having that vision within yourself, knowing that you can do it. So if anyone's listening right now, which I'm sure many of you are listening, I can see quite a lot of you online. Thank you so much for being here. And we want to say, you know, do you have any questions for Louise? If you have any, type it in the box, in the message box, and we will definitely, I'll ask Louise these questions. But yeah, I definitely think, like you said, it's about the confidence, about going for it, and it's about, you know, not really seeing that you can't do it, but seeing that you can.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us about your, yeah, sorry.
Go on, sorry, I'm interrupting.
That's okay.
I'm just agreeing.
Okay, so tell us about your amazing experience in the Miss Globe pageant. Like, how did that all come about?
So it all came about, okay, I guess I should start with last year, because it's the same director sending me to Miss Globe who sent me to World Bikini Model. So another beauty queen, Tanya Walker, she took part in Miss Model of the World, and that was in China. And she's super tall, so she can go for these high fashion model things.
Yeah, we competed together in Face of Europe, but it was Face of the World now, but yeah, back then Face of Europe. Yeah, she was one of the judges as well for quite a while at UK's Dazzling Beauty. Did you meet?
I've actually never met her. That's what's so funny.
Wow.
I've never met her. I just added her on Facebook, and we just started talking on Facebook. And then I saw she had a Facebook page, and then she said, look, you're too short for Miss Model of the World. In China, they're very strict about this one. You've got to be 5'9". But we have World Bikini Model coming up, and a director called Ken Chung can send you in your application to him, and then we'll look to sending you. So I just sent in my application, and it was very brief, just physical details, some pictures, and just a few words about why I'd like to enter. And I sent that off, and then he said, yeah, China. And I was like,
wow. You're like, if it's London, you're like, yeah, that's fine. Or Manchester, okay, yeah. But China's like, what? Like, you sometimes think you're going to get the opportunity, and you're like, oh, this is amazing. And you're, not that you're expecting to hear no, but when the reality comes to your mind that you are going to China, it's like, oh, I really do have to go to China. Wow.
Exactly. So, yeah, when that set in, I thought, oh, my God, I'm actually going. And getting the confirmation of like my airplane ticket. You know what? As soon as I sat on the plane, because it was my first international one, it's so different from when you just go down to 25 or into London or into Brighton or anywhere in the country, even if you do a long road trip in the UK. You sat on the plane, and my heart was coming out of my chest. I came to China on my own as well. And I just really, really enjoyed that experience in China. And that went along for 3 weeks. So after that was finished, I was just kept in contact with Ken over email, and he said, look, I've got Miss Globe coming up. And it was actually the first one he wanted me to go to was only a couple of weeks after I got back to London from China. So I said, no, not now, I need to rest next year. Yeah, so I originally was going to go last year. It was way too much too soon. So I decided to go for it this year. So he actually goes to Miss Globe every year, but it's normally held in Albania. So it's been in Albania for, I think, 11 years, and they've just decided to take it to Canada, to Toronto, as it's a really cosmopolitan city. And last year's winner was from Canada. So that's how Miss Globe came about. And now it's my second pageant. I wasn't as nervous. I'd had that experience in China, so I just got to meet girls from all over the world, and I just found the experience amazing. The kind of things you get up to are just things like photo shooting. You may even do exactly the things we do in UK's Dazzling Beauty. We try and scout as many people to get involved with it as possible. We might even scout girls for next year. So we'll just go with our flags, with our sashes, and just create a buzz around the city, hand out leaflets, invite them to come to the show. And there's no way I can really describe it. It's just a bit of a whirlwind of 3 weeks. It's a lot of hard work, though.
Yeah, it seems like it was. And I saw lots of the pictures, the video footage. you know, Louise, do you have a Facebook page? Which I think you do, but do you have one where you've got footage of this of your Miss Globe?
I will add it to it. So my Facebook page, if you type in Louise Tom's, I think it's Beauty Queen.
Okay, so facebook.com.
Yeah. It might actually still be under my UK's Dazzling Beauty one, and I've just changed the name rather I can't change the link.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would it
I
be?
will add all of my, let me have a look, because I want guys to definitely like my page. Follow me all on social media.
Yeah, they can. Louise's, what's your Twitter? I think
My Twitter. Okay, so my Twitter is Louise Tom's PT. So I have lots of training tips on there and just things all about me on my Twitter. So it's Louise Tom's PT.
Brilliant. Okay. So maybe you could post the link to your Facebook on your Twitter, and then they can all like the page.
Yay!
Okay, so I know you've got about 10 minutes now because you've got to head out to work. Okay, so we've got the Southeast competition coming up on Sunday. So do you have any, okay, what do you think you could say to young girls and women that really want to do the competition, but maybe they're, like you said before, excuses of I can't afford it, it's too far, I don't have anyone to go with. I mean, it's a bummer if they're junior and they don't have anyone to go with, but if they are an adult, or maybe, you know, yeah, like if they're 18 years old or something, or 19, and they know they can travel, or it's an opportunity to try and do something, what do you think you would have to do?
I think you, as I said before, it's you will find that if you don't go and then you see what an amazing time we had, you'll regret not going. So I would really, really encourage you to try your best to be there. Even if you think, okay, I've never entered a pageant in your mind, while you think, I don't know, I'm not sure, then you can always contact me. You can add me on Facebook, Twitter, and I will tell you all about my experience and just reassure you that it will be the best experience you've had this year, or even your life.
Oh my god, that's such a big statement.
Hopefully I'll be a really good example of what you can get out of it. So definitely come to Southeast Dazzling Beauty on Sunday. I look forward to seeing everyone there. And even if you're not from Guildford, if you have to travel down from the north, from all over the UK, please come, and we would really love to see you there. We're such a friendly team as well. As soon as you get there, you'll feel hopefully at ease and at home, and hopefully you won't be feeling nervous, because I'll be there and I'll be helping you through the day.
Yes, I totally agree. I mean, Louise, you're going to do some confidence. Tell them what you're going to do on the day with them.
Okay, so what I'm going to do on the day is work on confidence coaching. So we're going to really pin down all of the question and answer stuff, because that's what people get really nervous about. You can hold your nerves sometimes when you're walking or if you're dancing, but sometimes people talking in public is what, you know, can really hold them back from entering or thinking, I don't want to do this. So we're just going to do some exercises to bring out your voice, to project yourself the best you can, and we're going to really pin down the question and answers. So if there's a live question on the stage, you'll feel super confident in delivering it and making sure that you're give yourself the best chance you can on the day. So I'll be going through confidence, question and answers, and also we'll be going through all of the walking routines and make sure you're having lots of fun and you're showing your best self on the day. So really, really looking forward to it.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. That sounds really, really good. So you're going to get confidence training, catwalk training, you know, work on your interview technique with Louise. And she's been there and done that, so she knows what we're looking for at UK's Dazzling Beauty, but she also knows what they, you know, what people expect in other pageants as well.
Absolutely. You can, even if you're not going to win on the day, you can always take something back from it and use it for your next pageant. Or even if you're thinking, okay, I've got a job interview in a couple of days, you know, you could increase your confidence for that. There's always something you can take from the pageant. Even if you just feel a little bit of confidence and you've made a few friends, then you're on to a winner.
Definitely, most certainly. And I think I think that, you know, people watching right now, there are some people that are like divinely called to be in the pageant. I know that there are lots of different pageants out there, and sometimes people, you know, maybe they're not meant to be in a pageant, or what, or maybe, you know, they want to be in another pageant. Like they might think, oh my God, I wish I could be in a certain pageant, but they're not meant to be in that pageant. Sometimes you have to go with what you feel is your true calling, and you know within yourself, like, you know, I need to do this. I need to just be in it. So yeah, just go for it, you know.
Yes, please do. You may feel like, oh, I don't know if my parents are going to come with me, or you know, people might tell you, oh, what's that? What are you doing that for? Because people don't really understand, or it doesn't matter if not everyone is maybe 100% behind what you're doing, because they don't really understand what UK's Dazzling Beauty is about, or they're like, oh, why would you? I mean, you just got work that day, you know. So just, you know, invite them to come along, see what it's all about, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, you get to meet people. We have like different judges on the panel. We've got a Miss Galaxy finalist coming along. She's also a former winner of Miss London for Miss Great Britain. And then we have Jade McQueen coming along, and she is Miss Supernational Wales, which is really wonderful. And then obviously we've got Louise coming, who is a, you know, international beauty queen right now. We have Rose coming, isn't it? Rose is going to be there.
Yeah.
Rose is our Miss England winner for UK's Dazzling Beauty. Then we've got other queens coming. We've got Sarah Collins coming with Ella. She'll be performing. Jade is going to be performing as well. So it's going to be lots of. Are you going to be performing, Louise? Louise is going to be busy training. She does perform normally at the pageants. We actually do have, by the way, Louise, we have an event coming up in November, which I will definitely ask you to perform at. It's a live Christmas gala event.
Ooh, lovely. Sounds awesome.
Again, like last time you performed, so I'm going to ask you again.
Oh, yes.
But I should ask you.
Such a really good like party. It's really, really cool. I love those events. Yeah, I'll talk to you about that, definitely.
Yeah, we'll speak about that, definitely.
I can't believe Christmas is coming up. When you go around all the shops,
soon.
Not even as if Halloween or fireworks night is over, and it's
they
like
don't care.
everywhere. It's
everywhere.
Like, yeah.
Christmas trees, the decorations. They're just getting rid of everything now, just putting it all there. So yes, I mean, we're nearly at the end of the year, and you can see that there is so much that you've done. Like this year, you're kind of like ending your year on a high. Yeah. So what do you want to say as well in terms of like pageant training and stuff? Like, did you find and even the success group course, like how did you find that, the coaching program that we had?
I found your coaching program so helpful, honestly.
Really?
And what's really, really good is that I had the one-to-one Skype training with you, and that I went through everything that I was anxious about before I went to Toronto, and you just reassured me and gave me amazing tips, and I definitely took that on board when I went out there, and I will still take it on board day by day, and there's always stuff I could learn. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend signing on to Queen's Success Group coaching programs. Any kind of training, I would invest in yourself and go for it. Honestly, it's so invaluable, and you can use it for life.
Oh yeah, well, that's so lovely. We do actually have another one coming up, and I want to talk to you about it in a minute. Basically, we have a course coming up, which is called Winning the Crown, because I know what it's like. I used to, you know, I've been a beauty queen myself, and when I used to compete, I did lots of heats, and I remember not really winning at first, and I didn't understand why, and it was so frustrating for me. But at the same time, I enjoyed every minute of it because I was gaining so much experience. I was meeting people. I was getting out of my comfort zone. But there were specific things I realised that I was doing that was keeping me from winning the crown. And also that I've seen girls and women do like millions of times over as a pageant director, having worked with like approximately 130 girls and women. You get to see these patterns over and over and over. Like all the workshops, like the online training, the face-to-face heats that we've all had. I counted up the other day and it was like over 130, and I was like, wow. But I do see patterns like
people you've met and how many people you've got involved with everything you've done. So massive well done to you, I have to say.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, when I used to promote the pageant, or sometimes I sit down and I'm like, oh my God, this is so much work. This is tiring. Why am I doing this? Sometimes I wonder, why am I doing this? Well, like, why don't I just focus on something normal? Like, this is normal, but as in, like, not something like a normal job, basically. You know, normal 9 to 5, and just you go there, you relax, you do your job, you go home. But this is like you have to put passion into it. You have to promote, and you're not always sure who's going to turn up. Sometimes it's not the same as a normal job where you know you're going to get this set salary and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
it is risky stuff. But I think you've got so much passion into what you're doing, and you've dedicated so much time and effort, and obviously your own finances into making this UK's Dazzling Beauty work, and to make your own coaching, you know, really spread out to people, even like across the globe, not even just in the UK. So okay, I've forgotten what point I'm actually on to.
Yeah, we're talking about like the courses, and like I've got one called Winning the Crown coming up, which is like a 7-part video course, and the whole point of that course is just to teach them the things that I can see consistently based on the judges' feedback, based on the scores that I always notice. I'm not going to like show them the scores or anything and say, oh, this is what happened, but it's going to be like me talking them through the common mistakes that I see, the mindset, the attitude of a winner, the confidence that they have to. So each video will be on a different topic. I think sometimes for some of the courses that we run, they are general courses. So it could be a general pageant training day. The Success Group coaching program was a general thing. We covered social media, like all different areas. Whereas this one is like, okay, it's all about winning the crown, because and it's not just about winning UK's Dazzling Beauty. It's about like any other pageant that they're preparing for. And one thing I've noticed is most national and international beauty queens, they prepare for things way ahead of time, like actually around 6 to 12 months in advance.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, absolutely. There's even, you would have to, there's so much more preparation at how to get into your local paper, how to get your local people behind you, supporting you. It's so true. You would have to prepare like at least 6 months before, not even just what to put in your suitcase, but how to be your best like regional beauty queen, and then you know about things so far ahead. It's true. Definitely,
because it's the mindset. It's like your mindset. It's the attitude of a winner. It's finding out why people don't win. It's studying the questions. Then it's down. You know, I just want to say hello to everyone. By the way, hello to everyone on the side there. Like, thank you so much for your hellos and your tweets and being here as well. Thank you. But yeah, I just absolutely think it's true that a lot of people, they really do wish they knew what to do. And I think one thing that someone said to me the other day is that there is this woman in America, and she was saying that how every single time this girl would compete in one of the national states, and every year without fail she would never win, and it would be over and over and over, like 3 years in a row. I mean, that's like one of the most devastating things when a beauty queen just never seems to win the crown. And I think when they keep getting disappointed, their mindset gets affected, and their confidence.
Yeah, it can knock your confidence completely. One thing that I get from other girls is that maybe they got feedback and maybe they didn't. Like, for example, if you got feedback from the pre-grand final and 2 judges scored you 5 out of 5, but then 1 judge only scored you 2, you're thinking, what did I do wrong? And it's not that you didn't do anything wrong, how to actually stand out.
Yeah, exactly. How to stand out. It's true. You know, and it's like sometimes you don't get feedback, like some competitions don't give feedback, or some girls just take like, oh, I didn't win, and then they leave and they don't even bother. They don't try to like embrace the fact of like, how can I learn how to improve? I mean, one thing I think that you've done, Louise, and me, and I'm going to wrap up because I know you've got to go.
Oh yes.
But one thing I think that both of us have done, like I was a beauty queen myself. 2010, 2011 was my year to win. And then by 2012, I set up my own pageant, and then I started training other girls. But what I see now is I was being prepared to really understand pageantry to be able to help people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that that's what's happening with you, like the same kind of thing where you're competing, and eventually one day you might decide you're going to do something like this. So it could be something different, but you still might be giving advice and mentoring, the training. Obviously, you do that through your fitness training at the moment as a personal trainer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I think that one thing I would say, like, or shall I say, let me ask you, what do you want to say to girls and women that maybe keep on like not win over and over, like that kind of pattern?
I would say don't be discouraged. If you've obviously started pageants and started competing and starting putting yourself out there for a reason. I know so many people who have gone to auditions or castings and not got parts, and it'd be like the 20th, 30th, 50th, 100th audition, and they finally got somewhere, even if they're just an extra. They've just, something clicks and it happens.
Finally, yeah.
I think you posted, I don't know how long ago it was, but there's all sorts of visuals out there where there's a guy digging for gold, and one of them is so close to the gold, but he turns back. Whereas the other one just keeps going and he eventually finds the gold. So you never know how close you are.
Exactly. You never know how close you are to the gold. Brilliant. Oh my gosh, I've lost Louise. Where are you, Louise? Where are you? I think she's disappeared. I think maybe her battery might have run out or something like that. But I'm going to wrap up now because I know Louise has to go anyway. She's off to work. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you to everyone that's shouted out to us. Thank you for your tweets. Please tweet this out. We are really, really, really grateful. And we hope to see you at Southeast Dazzling Beauty, which is coming up on the 25th of October 2015. We look forward to seeing you there. We are out. Take care. Bye.